In testing the 11th and 12th or floating ribs, we are going to do this in the patient prone position. First thing we must do is locate where the floating ribs are. And you can do this by finding the lateral expression of the iliac crests and then just working your way up till you feel a bone. And that's the rib, and then work in closer to see if you can come up with maybe a shorter one. And here we find a little smaller bone here, which would be his 12th, I'm assuming. And to check that, we can put, let's say this is the 12th. I can take a finger there, and then I can put a finger on the other rib and ask the patient to take a deep breath. If the patient takes a deep breath, now exhale, and they approximate and separate on inhalation, approximate on exhalation, I have the 11th and 10th rib. If they go in the same direction, then they're the 11th and 12th rib. Because the 11th and 12th rib are counterintuitive in terms of their motion pattern. The 11th and 12th rib on inhalation don't actually rise with the rest of the ribs. They are actually being pulled back and moved towards the pelvis and sacrum in inhalation by the action of the quadratus lumborum to set a strong platform about which the abdominal respiratory diaphragm can work. So that's why they are moving in the opposite direction. So as these two ribs move downwards, the 10th rib above them will go in the other direction. So you have movement like this, down, and this one up. So that's how you can find out where you are. So you can say, take a deep breath. Okay. Now deep breath. And they separate, exhale. There you go. So this is 10, this is 11, 11, 12. So now the way you test them is to just get your thumbs on them or your MCP joint. I prefer my thumbs. Take a deep breath. And as the patient takes a deep breath and inhalation, you should notice that the thumbs are being driven posteriorly back at you, but also down towards the pelvis. Deep breath, and they're coming back and down towards the pelvis. Exhale, they go in, and they also go up into the patient in exhalation. So exhalation, they drop towards the table and rise to the shoulder. And inhalation, take a deep breath, come back at you, and go towards the pelvis. And then all you have to do is just move up to the next rib and do the same thing. Deep breath, which, and you can see it pushes right at me. Take a deep breath, and then it goes in. 11th and 12th were the floating ribs.